All right, folks, we are going to recap the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference 2026. It was an absolute pleasure being up here. First time setting up a booth. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Chris from Fruition Films for setting all of this up for me. It wouldn't have been possible without his expertise on that end. We had some very interesting conversations this weekend, whether it was Andy Scheckman, Robert Kiyosaki, Lynette Zhang, commodities legend, Ross Beatty. We had some fantastic insight shared from these folks. And the number one question that I wanted to ask all of these folks today and yesterday was, what's the difference between this bull run and the previous two big cyclical blow off top bull runs that we've seen in gold and silver? And it's very clear. The fundamentals this time are much stronger. The train has left the station, but there's still a lot to keep this thing moving. And although they smacked up silver today, I saw that silver reached up to $117 per ounce today before there was a little bit of intervention and it got smacked up and it's back down to about 103. But nearly breaking $120 per ounce today, gold above 5,000 per ounce. And then they had to step in and smack it up a little bit, which is healthy. There's a lot of people in this room that actually were getting a little worried, and we're actually looking forward to the market chilling out, slowing up a little bit so we don't get too frothy and blow the top off too hard. But ultimately, this is a bet in trust being lost across all institutions, whether it be political, central banks. We saw internal chaos in the United States breaking out over the past few days, potential government shutdown. We have the threats of striking Iran also on the table as well. And all of this explains why gold and silver are where they're at and why they still could potentially run a lot further. You guys know, for me, precious metals has played a critical part of my portfolio, stacking up my silver over the past few years and watching silver run from under 30 bucks when I acquired it to over $100 as we sit here today. And on the offensive side of our portfolio, we've been able to go out and be aggressive and take risks because of the defensive measures that we've taken. And so I think for our community, we can stick to our thesis of stacking these suppressed assets that, although they're not as suppressed as they once were, still do, have a lot higher to go towards their fundamental value. And so as we sit here today, I remain incredibly bullish on both gold and silver, this broader commodities sector as a whole. And I'm still learning, right? And I like to invest in what I know. And so although I am looking at some of the equity plays, investing in gold or silver miners, for me, I feel comfortable holding my silver without any counterparty risk while I study and take the time to learn and find more opportunities before we ultimately pull the trigger on some of these equity plays. But when it comes to where we sit here today, January 2026, gold at 5,000, silver over 100. It's a testament to having conviction, understanding the fundamentals, and there's a lot to learn. For those of us in the crypto space that are getting impatient, go look at this silver community that was holding and stacking silver for decades, while silver traded below $20 and $30 per ounce for the past 12 years, since the 2011 top. And then even before that, it was still trading below 20, 30 bucks per ounce for decades before that. And so you never go broke taking profit. For me, not taking profit at this level, still bullish, but I am looking at new opportunities and how we can leverage this bet on the fundamental thesis that governments are going to continue to debase, continue to devalue their debt, their currencies, because the alternative is to default. And we know that they don't want to do that. That's not how you get votes. And so the bet is against the politicians, the central banks, and it plays well into our hand and the assets that we've been stacking. We're going to create a VRIC playlist, and I'll be dropping some of the interviews that we have done here over the coming week. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. If you appreciate the content that we're putting out on a daily basis for you guys, make sure that you are helping us out by liking this video, sharing it out far and wide, and all of my community resources are available at zachrector.com. And we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.